Hello, so in my last stream I was talking about the camera function and I wasn't very happy with my explanation of it during the stream, so I wanted to clear that up a bit for those of you who are watching. So the way the camera function works is it basically just says where are you drawing things on the screen based on what you set. So I'm gonna make a very fast little PICO-8 cart here so you can see how this works. We're going to clear the screen, and then normally the camera is set to 0, 0. This means when we draw something like a pixel at 0, 0, let's draw this blue, and we run it, it draws it at 0, 0 at the corner of the screen. But let's draw another pixel at maybe 32 by 32, and let's draw this one red. So now you can see where we draw that other one. And you can see it's the red pixel is drawn 32 pixels over and 32 pixels down from the corner of the screen. But if we were to say, start the camera at 32, 32, now what it's going to do is it's going to start the camera drawing what's on the screen at the pixel coordinate 32 by 32. It's still drawing this at pixel coordinate 0, 0. But the screen coordinate that's being drawn by the camera is no longer at the corner of the screen. This is now actually at negative 32 by 32. I hope this makes sense. I'll give you another example. So let's assume the camera is back to its normal position of 0, 0. Normally you don't have to type this. I'm typing it explicitly here because this is what the camera does by default. So let's draw a circle at, say, 100 and maybe 70. And we draw this like 30 or maybe like 40 pixels in radius. And let's make it green. All right, so now if we were to move the camera 128 pixels over, still drawing at 170, this is what we see. We're like one screen over, okay? Now let's move this back to where it was. Good. And let's move this a little bit down, so 110. So now we're, see how it's like drawing off the corner of the screen? So now, let's say we move that camera 128 pixels over, so now we moved 128 over. Well, if we then move 128 down, now we moved over one screen and down one screen. So we're just getting that like bottom corner. And then if we were to move it, you know, just 128 pixels down, but not move it over, now we see the underside there. And then if we move it back to 0, 0, there we go. So in this case, when we had our, our map tiles, and we want to move the camera to move over one map screen over, we had to follow wherever the player was and move, in increments of 128 pixels by 128 pixels over or down or whatever to follow the player. So by adjusting the camera coordinates, you're basically saying, I don't care where you drew it pixel coordinate, but this is where I want the corner of the screen to be. I hope that makes sense.